Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 2-year-old boy missing in Clarendon. The police have activated a high alert for 2-year-old Jamil Mendez of Rasta Corner, Freetown in Clarendon, who has been missing since Thursday, May 12. Jamil is of brown complexion, slim build, and is about 2.5 feet tall. Reports from the Longville Park Police are that about 5 p.m., Jamil Mendez was seen at home dressed in a yellow t-shirt, grey shorts, and blue navy slippers. He has not been seen since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Jamil Mendez is being asked to contact the Longville Park Police Station at 876-902-5047, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Hairdresser shot in head in Clarendon. Detectives from the Clarendon Criminal Investigations Branch are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a woman at her Palmer's Cross house on Thursday evening. Preliminary investigations have revealed that 38-year-old Nicola Lawrence, a hairdresser who also does farming, was at her home when a man walked into her yard. He was armed with a handgun. The man reportedly made his way to the rear of the dwelling and began shooting, hitting Lawrence multiple times in the upper body, including her head and face. The gunman allegedly left the scene in a Honda Fit motor car, which was parked nearby. The police were called, and Lawrence's body was removed to hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The police have since collected several pieces of evidence at the scene, which will be sent for processing. Investigations continue. Another bomb threat at Sagicor Complex in Montego Bay. Firefighters and security personnel have reportedly responded to a bomb threat at the Sagicor Complex in Montego Bay, St. James. This is the second bomb threat in 2 months. Reporters stated that firemen arrived at the scene after 10 a.m. and ordered everyone to evacuate the building. Just last month, firefighters and cops responded to a bomb threat at the pharmacy on the complex. 3.5 magnitude earthquake rattles Manchester. The earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies, Mona, is reporting that an earthquake rattled sections of Manchester on Friday morning. The unit says the 3.5 magnitude quake occurred about 5:40 a.m., with its epicenter located close to Christiana. It had a focal depth of 20.1 kilometers. It was reportedly felt in Mandeville and in the Manchester-Clarendon bordering town of Spalding. There were no reports of infrastructure damage resulting from the earthquake, according to disaster personnel in Manchester. Woman killed, father-in-law assaulted in Linstead robbery. A 33-year-old woman was shot dead, her father-in-law assaulted, and several items stolen from their residence in Linstead St. Catherine Friday morning. The incident took place in the Vedinta district in Linstead. The deceased has been identified as Serena Neeham, otherwise called Prettyfoot. Police say Neeham is the baby mother of a known violence producer in Linstead. That person is currently on a murder charge. Police reports are that about 2 a.m., the two were at home when 2 masked men armed with handguns kicked in the back door and informed them that they are the police. The men reportedly took the father-in-law outside, where he saw 3 other masked men, 2 with rifles and the other with a handgun. Police said the men inquired who else was inside, after which they took him back into the house. 2 of the men took Neeham from a room and took her outside. Loud explosions were heard soon after. The men reportedly took 2 TVs from the house, saying that they seemed to be stolen. They also reportedly took a black Samsung cell phone. About 5 a.m., the father-in-law went outside and discovered Neeham's body and called the police. Investigations continue. Elderly man gunned down a day after cousin. Maurice Parkinson has always disliked Fridays that fall on the 13th of the month, and he had a good reason, as that's the day he lost his left arm in a fight. It was chopped off sometime in the 1980s. Today, Friday, May 13, is a cruel twist of fate. The 86-year-old farmer from Brington in Little London was gunned down at his house. He was killed a day after his cousin, Kenroy Parkinson, was murdered by a gunman as he slept at his house in the retirement area of their community. The police, who believe the 2 murders are connected, said they have not yet identified a clear motive, but says they are following strong leads. It appears the elderly man was killed as he filled buckets with feed for his goats. Residents heard what sounded like gunshots and called the police, who arrived to find his body. Him never want go out on the 13th. Friday the 13th is not a good day for him, said a tearful Eugene Lewis, whom Parkinson raised as his son. It's sad man, he said. He struggled to understand who could have seen a one-armed 86-year-old man as a threat. You really kill one man that age? What kind of heart you have? He asked the unknown assailant. He had shared a few laughs with his father the night before, he recalled, his face showing a flicker on a smile before grief once again took over. Stephen Parkins, another of the deceased man's son, told reporters they were both at home when the unthinkable happened. I was here and I heard about 3 shots. I went to the bushes. By the time I got back around the entrance of the yard, the cops were there, he said. He is visiting from the United Kingdom. But early afternoon, he was packing up his belongings to move out of the community. My father gets along with everyone. This is a pain, he said, seemingly still in shock. A man who said he and the elderly Parkinson had been friends said the deceased would never hurt anyone. The man, who asked not to be identified by name, said when he saw his friend's body he assumed he had died from a heart attack, as he had been ailing for some time. He remembered Parkinson as kind and hard-working. NHT workers walk off the job. Workers at the National Housing Trust have walked off the job. The workers are now protesting outside the NHT's head office in New Kingston. The workers are now protesting a long-standing delay of the implementation of a job evaluation which was finalized in 2021. The workers are the third group of civil servants to walk off the job in 4 days. If they're going to build a school, they take it from the NHT, so we need withdraw. The workers need their draw. We want we partner draw, one protester said. Speaking with reporters, President of the National Housing Trust Staff Association, Shannon White, shared that the issues began in 2016 when they requested a job evaluation. Having gotten approval from the Ministry of Finance in 2018, we actually started the process. In 2021, last year November, the consultant finalized the report that it was issued to the leadership of the organization, White said. However, since then, White said there has been no implementation and communication have been little to none. We're saying that we have been waiting for far too long for the implementation, and we're here because of that. We're also coming out of a negotiation that has seen and borne no fruit for us, and we're also expecting the company that feeds into the nation, of which we feed into, to actually honor some of the demands that we are requesting, she told reporters. She noted that a 5-day notice for a meeting regarding the implementation was issued on Thursday by the third vice president of the university and Alley Workers Union, Garfield Harvey, on the staff members' behalf. White said during a meeting with management, Harvey communicated how restive employees are and the frustration being faced. It is very frustrating. We have our families. We are affected by the growing prices. As you said, we have never, ever come to this, so this was a hard decision, but it was necessary. And so we are here today out of frustration, she added. On Tuesday, over 2,000 National Water Commission workers took industrial action over an outstanding reclassification exercise, as well as the ongoing public sector compensation review. On Thursday, the island's air traffic controllers went on strike over the concerns about a reclassification exercise. MOH launches animal-assisted therapy pilot at Bustamante Hospital for Children. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is exploring animal therapy to assist patients with recovering from and coping with health issues. With its Animal Assisted Recovery Care AARC program, the ministry aims to create a standard feature of providing therapy to patients, including other hospitals and age groups. It will also introduce the principles of the humane treatment of animals and promote them as good companions. The program, a multi-agency initiative, is being piloted primarily through the Bustamante Hospital for Children in St. Andrew and comprises an expert team of clinical personnel and the Veterinary Services Division, with the involvement of Hope Zoo, Jamaica Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, Montego Bay Animal Haven, and the parents of patients. Pet therapy or animal assistant therapy is a growing field that uses domesticated animals to help patients with health problems such as heart disease, cancer, and mental health disorder on their journey. On Friday, May 6, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton hosted a sensitization session at the Bustamante Hospital for Children for the medical staff and patients. The event featured animals including a dog, snake, kittens, and rabbits, and saw participants taking turns petting and interacting with the animals. Celia Campbell, whose son has been living with a brain defect which causes him to be admitted regularly to hospitals, said she believes the initiative would make not only her son's but also other patients' experiences at the hospital a bit easier. Some children may not have the opportunity to leave the hospital and get any enjoyment, so this is a good initiative to remind them that they're not being left out and they can enjoy themselves while they're in the hospital. Although they're sick, they can feel like someone's child, she shared. The science of animal therapy is documented worldwide, with many hospitals throughout the world that use furry friends to provide valuable companionship as part of the healing process for patients. Stroking, hugging, and otherwise touching a loving animal can rapidly calm and smooth, especially when stressed or anxious. Deeming the sensitization session as successful, Dr. Tufton said, "You can see the happiness on the faces of the kids that were exposed. You can see those who are peeking through the windows, trying to be part of it, but we only do it based on parental permission and consent." The staff, in fact, seem to be enjoying themselves even more than the kids, so it is offering therapy to all age groups, both internal stakeholders and external, so the initiative signs are very positive, he continued. However, the minister noted that there has been a slight delay in the launch because animal-assisted therapy is a novel concept to Jamaica and requires strategic planning and implementation. "We have to get it right. I'd rather delay the launch and do it properly than trying to rush. We're going to work it until we can find out what works. It's just a matter of finding the formula to make it work here," he said, adding that where the program will be based is determined by its evolution and recognition. For his part, General Curator of Hope Zoo, Zoe Brown, assured that animals have evolved to become acutely attuned to human behavior and emotions and can also benefit from these interactions. While dogs and cats are most commonly used in pet therapy, fish, guinea pig, horses, and other animals that meet training and medical screening criteria can also be used. The program is anticipated to be launched sometime this year. Jamaica reports 276 new COVID cases, 4 deaths. Jamaica reported 276 new cases of COVID-19 and 4 fatalities on Thursday, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 131,980 and the death toll to 2,995. Of the newly reported cases, there were 168 females and 108 males, with ages ranging from 10 months to 89 years. The cases were recorded in St. James 58, Kingston and St. Andrew 41, St. Anne 34, Trelawney 24, St. Catherine 22, St. Elizabeth 22, Westmoreland 20, Manchester 17, Clarendon 15, Hanover 10, St. Mary 6, St. Thomas 4, and Portland 3. Meanwhile, the latest deaths are a 68-year-old man from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in April 2021, a 72-year-old woman from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in May 2021, a 79-year-old woman from Westmoreland, whose death was recorded in August 2021, and an 86-year-old woman from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in November 2021. The country also recorded 65 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 84,883. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 28.4%. There are 65 people hospitalized, 2 of them critically ill. There are 1,670 confirmed active cases on the island. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.